Black Myth Wukong is out. It had 2 million concurrent users on Steam, sold 10 million copies in 10 days. So is it the best game of the year? Is it the best game ever? I mean, like with all things, it depends who you ask. My opinion? Well, I've played 5 hours and I want to give you my initial thoughts on this game. Okay, so warning, the gameplay that you're seeing on screen it's literally the first 2 hours of the game, so no major spoilers here, none at all, okay? Just, in case you were worried about that. So the question that seems to be permeating, not even a question anymore, it's really more of a debate. Is this a Souls-like or is it not a Souls-like? To me, that doesn't really matter. I'm more concerned on, is it fun or is it not fun? But, if you are curious, I'll tell you my thoughts. Souls-likes aren't really my jam. That's more of a Jovi thing. But playing this game, I do think it doesn't have enough of the core elements of a Souls-like to call it a Souls-like. Now, yes, you are pretty much dropped into a world without any kind of instruction, and you are tasked with, figuring things out. You can't change the difficulty setting, and there are plenty of bosses about for you to find. But I would argue that a game like Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, is more of a Souls-like than this because it has, those core elements that you look for. So when you die, you lose your XP, and you can parry, which this game doesn't have either of those. There is no parry and there is no penalty for dying. So I would say it's not really one, but again, not really what I'm concerned with. I want to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. So my dislikes, and maybe this will play into what I was just talking about. This game isn't really as open as I would like. Now, you are free to, go forward and backtrack as much as you want. But it's not really a game where you go out exploring. At least, not in these first couple hours that I've played. You're pretty much boxed in. I've run into more than one invisible walls in this game where, it's clear that the game wants you to go a certain direction. So you are free to, explore a certain area, but there are definitely limits, more limits than I thought there would be in this game. Next, I have this on PC, and I have to talk about it. The bugs are actually pretty bad. I actually did have to restart, which is not something I've done in a while. And my frames, my frames are dropping like a lot. I mean, there was one boss battle I'm pretty sure I won because just the frames just weren't there. It was down to, like the 20s and sometimes even dropped to the teens. So not great. But I think the thing that I don't even want to say dislike, but had to get used to the most is the combat. It's not as fast as I'm used to in other games. So, you have 2 attacks, light and heavy, which, it's fine. Heavy attacks obviously take more time. But the animations themselves, for those heavy attacks, or when you heal or when you jump, it's just, I'm used to pressing the button and having the person do it. So it is a bit of a learning curve to know that, hey, this isn't, Ghost of Tsushima or something like that. When you press a button, the character actually has to perform the action. And actually, you know what, as I'm sitting here talking about it, that is really just a me thing. I don't even want to say it's a dislike. It's just something I had to get used to as someone who's used to faster combat, so I will point it out for you if, you are someone who's also used to faster combat in games, but not a negative. Now, having said all that, I do actually think the game is quite fun. I'm having a good time with it these first couple hours. I mean, you bust on the scene in a Nimbus cloud. I felt just like I was Goku when you first start. And then, after the initial fight, which kind of serves as your tutorial, you just dropped into the world as this character, looking to basically, I guess, resurrect Sun Wukong or find his power. The different enemy types are cool, I like that, there's different challenges there. I like the powers that you have and abilities you can unlock. Those are actually really cool. We talked about the different boss types, and I do like them. The boss fights have honestly been the best part of the game. And there are pretty much a lot of them. It's kind of like, you fight a boss and you just go a couple feet and there's another one right there. And yeah, the skill tree that you get, I'm glad that when you die, you don't lose your XP, because there's a lot here to unlock and play around with. And you can really make the character and the game your own depending on how you want to play. So really like that. And really at the end of the day, that is what it's about. Like I said, is it fun or is it not fun? I think it's actually very fun. You know, frame rate issues aside, and you know, to be fair, that happened maybe twice in the times I've been playing it, so it's not like it was a deal breaker there. But you know, those issues aside, the game is actually very fun. It looks beautiful, like seriously, kudos to the developer, and I am anxious to explore more and find out more about this story, more about this world, and more about this character I'm playing as. So yeah, I'm sure, you know, full verdict to come, but right now I think it is one of those games that is kind of living up to its hype. So if you've been thinking about getting it, I think you should. You know, if you are looking for a Souls-like, I don't think enough of that is in here for you to be like, yes, this is my next Souls game. But, you know, if you're just looking for something fun, and I think this is something that can appeal to more people than, I don't know what I'm saying there. I think it appeals to a larger audience. So I think you'll have fun whether or not, you know, you are a Souls-like player or not. So those are my 2 cents, guys. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of Black Myth's Wukong. Just Wukong, not Sun Wukong. Let me know what you think of the game down in the comment. And until next time, I'm out.